Thank you for tuning in to Sunrise. Now, the year is almost over and the holiday season will soon be upon us. Now, it is at this time of the year that matriculants as well as many others look to keep themselves busy while earning some extra cash through vocational jobs. Now, joining us this morning to talk more on which sectors are hiring roundabout at this time of the season, we have Gil Ovid as well as Ran Noina. They are joint CEOs of the Creative Counsel. Now, the Creative Counsel is an activations and promotions agency. So you can post your comments or your questions on what we are discussing on our Facebook and Twitter pages. We'll also cross over to Cindy, who will give us more of your comments on that. Thank you so very much for joining us, gentlemen. You know, it is that time of the season. People are looking for employment. So I think the most important question at this point in time is which sectors are hiring. But before we get into that, tell us a bit about what the Creative Counsel is about and what you guys do.
So the Creative Counsel is a business that was started 11 years ago. It's a sales and marketing agency, or sales and marketing solutions agency. And what we do is we create experiences around brands that lead consumers to purchase. So in its rawest form, when you walk into a store and someone gives you a sample of an alcohol product or a toothpaste or yogurt, we manage and train those people to go out there and work. Bigger, you can see people at a rugby game or at a university stadium or even at taxi ranks or train stations doing promotions or flash mobs or activations. Any branded experience we create and we execute in-house.
So, Ran, basically what you are actually saying is that you do offer employment for other people that are looking for employment out there.
We offer employment, of course. I mean, we can place up to 15,000 people on a weekend, so we may be one of South Africa's largest first-time employers. As a business, we also have about 650 staff, so we have two types of employment. One as a brand ambassador or someone representing a brand either in the field or for a marketing activity, and in our own organization as well.
Okay. Now, Gil, of course, the important question is really which sectors are hiring at this point in time. So for viewers out there that are looking for employment, which sectors should they be looking into?
Well, certainly the retail sector is going to be pumping at this time of the end of the year. So anything along the lines of companies trying to push their products and services from banking to cellular to handset manufacturers, which we were talking about earlier, and of course the fast-moving consumer goods, the supermarket kind of stuff, you know, toothpastes, soaps, detergents and stuff like that. So it's actually quite broad, and there are lots of opportunities for semi-permanent, permanent and even ad hoc promotions over the weekends and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So Gil, just to stay with you here for a moment, do you have to be a particular age to be employed in a particular sector, or does it really depend on the sector? Well,
we prefer to hire people over the age of 18, but barring that, really it depends on what the requirements of our brands are. So we've got a wide variety of clients, from Vodacom to Unilever to Colgate, etc., across a variety of industries. And they have certain criteria for what they want to represent for their brand. You have youthful brands, you have old mama brands, you've got fun, sexy brands, and depending on what they're looking for, we source and place promoters of that nature. So actually, we look to employ people of all ages, colors, experience levels, educational levels, so it's quite broad.
Okay. So Ran, speaking of criteria, what does one individual possibly looking for employment need to make themselves a bit more appealing, more marketable? Maybe a CV there to put together. What would you advise?
So I think you'd be surprised. In our industry, it's not really about your CV. We actually help you build your CV. It's about the softer issues. It's about your confidence. It's about your ability to sell. But if you don't have that, we have a specially designed training to assist people. You mentioned to me before the show that you were extremely shy and you did a lot of promotions, and look at you today. And I think it's that type of experience that we give people. We train them on how to become confident. We train them on how to interact with consumers. We train them on how to interact with people and selling techniques. And what they find is whatever they learn with us, they take out into the job place later on, and that gives them the tools to carry on. You'll be surprised how many of our brand ambassadors were actually employed as brand managers at the companies or as reps for the companies that we work for. And the basic training came from us.
I think there's also another side to it which is important in terms of learning the basics. So regardless of what you do in your life, there's certain basics that we sometimes surprised people don't know, and we almost have to teach them. And I guess for viewers out there who are looking to get their first time employment, there are certain things that you need to get right, such as being on time. I know it sounds like such a small thing. Be on time, be well dressed, well groomed, do a little bit of homework before you come, know your stuff. You want to differentiate yourself, so you're out there against thousands of other people who are really looking for employment and they're hungry to work, and you just got to find that one thing that makes you different, that makes you stand out.
So we will speak more on tips that you guys can offer us in which we can take into consideration when we want to make ourselves more marketable. But before we continue with our discussion, let's have a look at our Facebook page and what our viewers are saying.
All right, looking at our Facebook page this morning, we're talking about careers, especially during the vacations. And Palesa Malisane says, hi guys, keep up the good work. Okay, not necessarily a comment, or rather a question, but somebody else wanting to know, Papi Masugela, wanting to know if the highest paid, or what is the highest paid vocational job around the world, looking at different industries. And he says his passion still lies with computer programs. Let's say Colin, he wants to know if there's a difference between NCV and NCS, because people leave the NCS curricula to do the NCV. I'm not sure if you guys can expand on that. And Marupeng says, share with us about organizations that are hiring, sometimes taking some wrong careers, looking for career guidance. So those are just a quick pick of the Facebook comments that you guys can expand on. Back to you in studio.
Thank you, Cindy. So one of our viewers asking the question, which is the highest paid vocational job? So really, Gil, which one is the highest paid vocational job?
I mean, it really changes over time. And there's some really extreme jobs out there that pay very well, but you're actually getting like danger pay. So I think security guards in the Middle East are probably one of them. I don't know if I'd recommend it or not, but it's an option. Alternatively, if you've got higher education like actuarial science, and those kind of jobs are really well paying, but challenging to get through, takes a long time and a lot of effort, and you got to be really smart. So I think the other side of it is a lot of people are looking for high paying jobs and the truth is we've got a different view, I think, on that. We believe that first and foremost, find what you love doing. Find a passion for something. We find that a lot of the people that we deal with, they kind of come out of school, and they're being pushed by their parents or by peers to go and study something, and they don't even know what they're doing. And they'll spend 3-4 years studying, realizing afterwards that they actually hate what they studied, they don't want to do it, and that's a big problem. I think spend more time, do more homework, finding out what is your passion, what do you love doing. You'll find success, you'll make money if you do what you love.
I second that, and I think the idea is to just get a start. Sometimes you think you want to do one thing and you go and try and do something else, and you actually find that your niche is actually in something else. So I second that. Just start working, start building your network, start meeting people.
So before we let you guys go, we did mention that your agency is taking in some employment opportunities. You guys do have employment opportunities. But before I let you go, give us a few tips on what we can do to make ourselves more marketable, more presentable out there.
I think the biggest thing that you can do is maintain your work ethic. If you say you're going to be on time, be on time. Be honest in the interviews. If you've got no experience, say you've got no experience. We often encounter people that walk into our office and tell us they've got experience, and we find out 3-4 months later that they didn't have the right experience. So be honest in your interviews, be yourself, be confident, go out there and make it happen.
All right. Thank you so very much, gentlemen. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, but thank you so very much for coming through to the show. We really appreciate it, and I hope that our viewers have grasped a lot out of what you have had to say this morning. Thank you. We've been speaking to Gil Ovid as well as Ryan Nyone. They are joint CEOs of the Creative Council, speaking about employment opportunities that are available over the holidays. So for more information, you can go to their website, which is www.creativecouncil.co.za, and the information is on your screen. We'll see you after this.